Welcome back. So let's continue. Let's now add this feature product inside our JSON code. So we can do it two ways. So we can do it directly using the schema and adding it as a preset, or we can do it using the template index.json and we can add it here inside just below the euro, because we got a euro here, and we can do it like this. So let me show the two both ways. So the first way is going to be like this. So first of all, we have to give it a settings ID. So I can call it featured product, and then we need to give it a type, and this type must be the name of a file that exists inside the section, and in our case is called featured product.liquid. So let's give it the same name, so featured product without the extension, and we can add some settings here if we want to, and this settings is going to be an object. I will stop here for now. So if I save it and see here, we're supposed to get normally, and we have an error. So feature product must exist in order, and I forget to do that. So we have to copy this ID, this settings ID, and to add it inside the order. All right. And in the case you see some weird like naming here, this is because if you don't create the settings directly yourself here with the correct naming, as you can see here, if you don't do it, and when you go you pull off your code, Shopify is going to add some extra ID depending on the name of your file, so that it knows how to recognize it. So if you don't want it like this, you can come and like remove it and make it like to have like a normal name. So you can do it this, and you can do it over here like this as well. Okay, so if I save it, we should be having our product appear here. Okay, so we are good. All right, and now let's talk about the second way. So the second way is to use the preset. So I'm gonna remove this one. Anyway, when you're gonna pull the code, it's gonna come back here. Okay, so let's remove this one and show you the other way you can add a section. I think we already talked about it, but let's do it again. So we're gonna come inside the feature product.liquid, and we're gonna add a schema, and we're gonna give it a name. So it's going to be featured product, something like this. We can give it a class, so featured product if you want to. What else can we give it? Let's see. So we can give it a tag, and this tag we can call it, let's say, a div. Okay, so nothing special. We can also give it, so far, well, let's go directly to do what is important. So let's add a blocks. Okay, we already have a settings here, and I want to add a preset, and this preset is going to accept an object, and this object is gonna take a name attribute, and we're gonna give it the same name we gave on top there. So it's going to be feature product, and it will accept a settings or even a blocks and even a category. So let's for now stop like this, and I'm going to save it, and I'm going to save also the index.json, and as you can see now we don't have this product section appearing here. So how to add it? Okay, because we did add a preset, so we give the merchant the possibility to add this code himself. So if I come here and I go to the template section here and I click add section, and as you can see we have featured product here. This is because I used the preset. If there is no preset there, it's not going to be possible to add this section. Okay, let me show you, and let's delete it like normally. Let's try again so that you see that I'm not lying to you. So if I come, I remove the preset, save it, and I go back, let me refresh again, and inside the template, if I click on add section, and I cannot add the feature product section. Okay, if I go back again and I add it back, this preset, and now I will be able to add it. And if I click on add section, we have this feature product here. So this gives the merchant the possibility to add sections as you wish. And if I add it here and I save it, and I go back to my VS Code, and I open this index.json like I was telling you earlier, if you do it through the preset and you pull the code, it's going to appear here anyway. So let's see that. So I will do Shopify theme pull like this, and I will press yes, and carefully pull it from the development, because we are doing everything locally. And if you pay now attention, we have now a feature product comes here with some ID added by Shopify, and if you want you can come like bravely to remove it. Okay, and it could be cleaner like this, and it's going to work without any problem. All right, so let's continue. So let's now fix this product card here. So let's go back to feature product, and we are here, and we have this code like this here. So we need now to, because remember we created a snippet, okay? We created a product card snippet. So instead of using this, I'm going to call this snippet to appear here. So I'm going to delete this code entirely because it's now useless. And here I'm going to use the syntax we made over here like this. So I'm just gonna copy that and I will paste it here and I will save it. But as you can see, we do not have these values here. So if I go check anyway, we have at least one of the default sets. So we have the default image placeholder, we have the default text placeholder, we have the default description, and we have the price. So we are already good to go. All right. So what I can do next is just to loop it before to add the correct product. So on top of product 1 here, we're gonna say something like a for loop, and we want to loop against, let's say 1.10. Okay, and I'm going to place this render for now inside here. And remember, these values, these are just key. These are the value. So these are the key. You can give it any name you want, but the value here are very important. And inside our snippet, remember, we set conditions. If the value exists, if it's not blank, then display the correct one. If it is blank, then display a placeholder or a random text. Okay, so if I save it like this and I go back, now we have a list of product appearing here and we are like good to go. So I'm gonna stop right here, and on the next one we will talk about how to add the correct product here. Bye.